I bought this magnetic hoop off of Amazon about a year ago. It's sold under the name of YICBOR, something like that, but there's a bunch of different names out there, and they're really all the same hoop. If you look at them, they use the same magnets and everything. And I also bought a smaller one that's named Honey Sew. And I didn't want to spend the money on those really expensive magnetic hoops. They're nice, I know, but it was just more than I wanted to spend on it. So I decided to give this one a chance. I believe I paid about $40 a year ago, and it's October 2023 right now. And this one right now is selling for about $45, and I got this one just a few days ago for $35. So as you know, on Amazon, the prices fluctuate based on how many people are buying items. But when I first bought the hoop, I hated it because it came with 4 or 5 of these magnets, and they're terrible. If you have one in the wrong position, like right there, and you're trying to slide this into your machine, they stick up so far it bumps into the foot of your machine. And also, they did not hold the fabric or the stabilizer very well at all. So I threw this in a drawer and decided, I wasted my $40. But I've been doing a lot of in the hoop projects lately, so I decided to get out and give it another try. And I remembered that I have a whole bunch of these badge magnets, and they come in 2 pieces. You've got a little metal piece here that goes on your badge, and then you've got the magnet on the other side. So I'm only using the 1/2. And the only thing with these is these little buttons, these little button magnets will pop off. Sometimes you can super glue them back on. I did order some bar magnets from Amazon that are about 3 inches long. They got lost in the mail, so I haven't been able to try those yet. But these are really strong, and just even though the little magnet will pop off sometimes, it's not a problem. So especially while you're embroidering, because it's just going to stay on there. But they're nice and flat, and they don't get in the way of the foot of the machine. They hold the fabric very tightly, and I've not had any problems. I've been doing this in the hoop project. It's done in multiple hoopings, and you just work on a section at a time, and it's been holding it. Even if I have a whole bunch of it hanging off the side, I've not had any problems with this hoop at all. So when you're searching for your model on Amazon, and for mine, when I was searching for this, I typed in my model number and it brought up this hoop right here, but my model wasn't even listed in the description. So I went over to the Brother website and I started looking at some of the models that were listed and realized that they use the same accessories as my machine, especially the hoop. So more than likely, if you have one of these slide-on type, it's going to work. A friend of mine had a different model than mine, and she could not find her model on Amazon either. But when she brought my hoop home and used it on her machine, it worked perfectly. So the machine will recognize it, and it knows which hoop you have on. So I've had no problems with it. I was a little worried at first about there being a little bit of a lip here. It's about 1 millimeter thick, and thinking that that it would be a problem if the fabric wasn't directly flat on there, but it's not caused any problems for me at all. So I just wanted to point that out in case you're worried about it. The Brother magnetic hoop has these magnets that slide on and grip the fabric down at the edge of the hoop, but those are a lot more expensive than these hoops, and they don't do anything in the corner. They hold on the sides, and I think they're great. But again, I already have these, and they're a lot less expensive, so this is what I'm going with. And I've not had any problems with there being a slight little lip there. So what I do is I just put all my magnets on this little mending plate, and it keeps it handy to store them. And I just store it on one side of the project. It goes pretty fast. It's not as fast as hooping with a regular hoop, but I think it's so much more convenient in the embroidery process, especially within the hoop projects. And I have, in my regular hoops, I've had slippage, and you have to do all kinds of stuff with T-pins and all that to make it not slip, and I've not had any problems with this slipping, mostly because it's so flat, and you don't have the stabilizer coming up into the hoop and then out. That's my theory, and I'm sticking with it. So I just kind of slide them on there and pull as I go in opposite directions. Usually don't have to do much adjustment after I get it on here. I really hated this hoop when I first bought it, but now I don't think I'll ever go back to using my regular hoops. I don't know. But without pulling or anything, this is pretty firm. I don't think I have to do any adjustments to this at all. So I'm going to go and stitch a little bit, and I'll come back and show you my tip for how I trim on both sides of the stabilizer. All right, here's my tip for working with the trimming process on these hoops. I'm just using a thick book here. You can use a board or whatever. And I'll lay my hoop on there, and I've got to trim this upper fabric. And as you can see, with it being a really flat hoop, I don't have to worry about the rim of the hoop getting in my way. Nothing's in my way. And I can just swivel this book around. Now this handle sticks up a little, so if I try to lay this on my cutting table, my hoop is not going to be flat, and I may push too hard and misalign my stabilizer, and then when I put it back on the machine, it's not going to line up again. So I just use the book, and I hang this handle off of the edge of the book so that my embroidery is really flat. Now for this project, it's not time for me to trim the back yet, but I would trim and then just turn the book as I need to. So that's my tip for using really any kind of a hoop that the handle gets in your way when you're trying to trim on the back. Just use a big book and hang the embroidery attachment over the edge. So I'm really happy with these hoops, and I'm so glad I decided to get it back out again and try it, and I did. I liked it so well, I went back and ordered the 4x4, and just keep in mind that if you buy this hoop, you know, it may cost you $45 for the hoop, but you'll need to buy some magnets. They're not real expensive, and then this one was about $35. So I hope that you can find one that will fit with your machine, because I think you'll really like it. Alright, I've just finished the last section of this placemat, these two pieces here, so all I have to do is cut the stabilizer away. But I just wanted to show that there's been no puckering or anything like that with my stabilizer. It has held the project very firmly with these magnets, and I've not had any issues with there being a slight lip on this this hoop. So for me, the hoop is working great for the type of projects that I'm doing. I do want to test it with the stronger magnets that I've ordered. They may not be stronger, but they're instead of the little buttons, they're little bar magnets, and I'm thinking that those might work really well for a quilt. I do have a quilting machine, so I don't plan on using my embroidery machine for that unless it's just a really small project. But I really like these hoops now, and hopefully you can find one that fits your machine.